Good morning to all of you guys. Basically, we have already discussed type 1. So today we are going to be discuss type 2. In type 1, if you will see, we have discussed a very simple question. Basically, we have learned that how we can execute the unit method. In type 2 as well, we will discuss a very simple question, basically basic question. But from today's class, we are going to be hit the exams question, how many questions or how types of question are asked in examinations. So in type 2, one or two questions you will get directly that have been asked in examinations. And from type 3 or type 2, type 4, we will exactly hit the exams questions. So this is also your type, basic type, basically you can say. This is your first question. Again, I am saying that type 2 is also a simple type, basic type. 220 is what percent less than 400? So basically, what concepts we apply over here? If normally I am asking 240 is how much percent? Is how much percent less than 360? So guys, which value we are comparing over here? We are comparing with 240 or with 360? Which value we are comparing? 360 exactly. 240 is how much percent less than 360? So we are comparing with the value 360. So whatever the value which you are comparing, you need to put that value in denominator forever. In the entire arithmetic or in the entire chapter of percentage, wherever or whenever you compare with any value, so the comparison value which you are comparing, you need to put that value denominator forever. So the value which is written in denominator, it's vice versa also true. The value which is written in denominator is called comparative value. We can say like that, or elsewhere we can say that the value which we compare, always we need to put that in denominator. Or in the other way we can say the value which is written in denominator is called the comparative value which we are comparing. So which we are comparing over here? 360. You need to put that value in denominator, and the difference of these two numbers, you need to put in numerator. So what would be the difference of these two numbers? 120. You need to put 120 in numerator and just multiply simply by 100 and get the answer. If you simplify, you will get the answer. So 0 will cancel out 0 and 12, 3. So 1 upon 3 basically 33 whole 1 by 3%. You need not to calculate that one, because this is 100 divided by 1 upon 100. 1, because what percentage is called 1 by 100? So it is written exactly 1 by 3. Exactly written 1 by 3. So what is the value of 1 by 3 in percentage? 33 whole 1 by 3 or 33.333. We have already memorized. So the value that we have already memorized is going to help you in a tremendous manner. So whatever the value I gave you, you need to just memorize and just keep them on your fingertip. These are more than enough to hit each and every kinds of questions. So this is the answer. Now again, if I ask you, what? Not less than, greater than. So the language of question may change, but the theme or basically concept of the question is not going to be changed. What is the basic concept? The value which we are comparing, we need to put in denominator, and the difference between both the values in numerator and just simplify by multiply by 100 and just simplify. So if next question is 1000 is how much percent greater than in previous question we did less than, we are doing over here greater than. So 1000 is how much percent greater than 800, So why which we are comparing? We are comparing with 1000. Simple concept. So whatever y which we are comparing, we need to put that value in denominator. So we need to put what in denominator? 800. Just simply put 800 in denominator, and the difference between both the numbers just put in numerator. So what would be the difference? 200, and just simplify by 100 and simplify, and you will get the answer. So that would be 1 by 4. So what is the percentage of 1 by 4? 25. So simply you will get 25%. So this is the concept. You need to apply that concept in each of every kinds of question where the question is given how much percent the value is given more than and how much percent the value is less than. Got it? And the third question, third type basically that you need to apply. Now I am not going to discuss that value is how much percent less than and greater than. Different type of question. If I am asking you, dear, 20 is how much percent of 60? There is a difference between language. Now I am not going to ask how much percent is less than and greater than. As basic simple question that 20 is how much percent of 60. Now you need not to get the difference. You need not to get the difference. So then directly we are comparing by which value? 60. So the concept would be same. So in these types of question, no. In the entire mathematics, y which any value, y which you are comparing, you need to put that value in denominator forever. Repeat with me. What? Any value, y which we are comparing. ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन आ गया क्या? Any value, y which we are comparing, we need to put that value in denominator forever. But sometimes the question of the language may change. If question is saying that value is how much percent less than greater than, then we have to put in denominator what? The difference in denominator. The difference in numerator. And if the question says how much percent is this value of that value, then directly we need to put that value. So over here question is saying 20 is how much percent of. That means we are comparing with 60. We need to put 60 over here. Directly we need to put 20 in numerator. No difference. Why we are not getting difference, Diksha? Because we need not to find lesser than or greater than. We have to find exact how much percent of this, of that. So need to simplify, make it note down. So you will get again 1 upon 3. The percentage you know well. 33 whole 1 by 3, or whether you can say 33.33. So we have learned these 3 questions, these 3 types basically, these 3 concepts. Now you can yourself publish the book on these questions. So what we are getting on the very first day, I told you that we can only memorize the concepts. You can't memorize the concept. None know from where the question is going to be asked. But everyone know that from percentage 2 to 3 question is going to be asked. So what we can do? We can command on your concepts. not on questions. So these are three concepts. Now you have to do your questions. So that's your seat. Here goes, guys. Take 2 to 3 minutes and hit all the questions. Your time starts now. Do it, guys. So the answer of first question is 45. Amazing, guys. You are doing well. You are the best student ever I have seen in my life. So 40%, 45. Very nice. And the answer of second one? 16.6%. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And 21%. Amazing. And 50%. Very nice. And 2.5. 62.5. Very nice. And 172.7. Very nice. And 2 to 3.07%. Very nice. Very nice. All done, guys. The student who haven't done yet, you need not to worry. You have the PDF. You yourself can hit the question and you have the answers. You can check it out. Basically, are you getting that how we can hit the questions? Are you getting the method to hit the question? Now it's totally based on practice. Go at home and just start practicing. Okay. Here our first job is to learn the concepts, how we can discuss or how we can hit these kinds of questions, some specific types of questions. So our first job is to make understand the concepts. Let's do some other type of question. Now the next sheet is, guys, take your time, at least 30 seconds, and try to solve this question. How we can solve this question? with attention. So if first number we take first number 100, then second number would be 70 because 30 less, and first number would be 70 and second number would be 60, 40 less. So suppose I have given 2 centimeter and divide by 3 centimeter. Centimeter which cancel out centimeter, the value would be 2 by 3. So what is 2 by 3? Unit. There is no unit of ratio. So that means if I have given first number is 10, then second number would be, sorry, first number is 6, second number would be 7 and third number would be 10. Now what the question is saying, first number as a percentage of the second number. Why which we are comparing? Exactly. So we are comparing by second number. First number as a percentage of the second. Why which we are comparing? So whatever the value y which we compare, we put that value in denominator. So simply put the second number in denominator. So what is second number? 60. So put 60 in denominator. And the question is asking what first number is as a percentage. So you need not to tell how much percent less than or how much percent greater than. Just tell me 7 is how much percent of 6. So 7 is how much percent of 6. So if you will solve that one, then you will get 1, again 1, 3, 4, 6. You will get 6 into 1, 6, 1, okay, 6. Then you will get, got it? So a very simple funda, you need to learn that y which we are comparing, a very simple thing. We need to put that value in. If the question is asking less than and greater than, then just take the difference. If the question is directly saying how much percent is that number, then directly put that given value in numerator and y which we are comparing in denominator and just multiply by 100 and get the answer. The same method we are going to be apply for more 2 to 3 questions. Guys, got it? Now again, I'm giving you another question. You need to note it down. So now the 9th question, you need to hit. Take your time. The time starts now. Take at least 1 minute to solve this question. Your time is up. What is the answer? 160. Not yet. Okay. Let's do. If 80% of A just equal to 50% of B, so 80% means what? 20% means 20% means 1 upon 5. Then 80% means 4 upon 5. 80 is 4 times of 20. So 1 upon 5 would be 4 upon 5. So 80% is 4 upon 5. So 4 upon 5 of means multiply A. Is just equal to 50% means 1 upon 2 of B. So from where you will get the ratio between A and B. So the B will come into denominator, and that is 5 upon 8. So if A is representing 5 unit, then B is representing 8 unit. Now the question is B is equal to X percent means 1 upon 100 of A. So what is the value of X? If you want to find out the value of X, you need to remove A and B. If B have given one equation, we can find out the value of only one variable. If B have given two equation, we can find out the value of two variable. B have given three equation, we can find out the equation value of three variables. If B have given one equation and I need to find out the value of three variable, it is impossible. If we have given one equation and we have to find out the value of two variable, it is again impossible. So remove what? A and B. Put the value of A and B. B is 8, X, and A is 5. So 20, you will get 160. So that is X. Okay guys, are you okay with that? Shall I move on the next question? Okay. Now the next question is, again, in the same manner, you need to find out the value of X. Take your time. Time starts now. So guys, you all got the answer? So answer exactly is 10% of Y. You all got? Do you want me that solve it? All clear? If you want, I can solve it little bit fast. If 8% of X is just 4% of Y, so 8% means what? 1 by 25 or 2 by 25? 2 by 25 is just of x is equal to 4% of just y. So you will see that x upon y is equal to 1 upon 2. That means if x is 1, then 2 is y is 2. Now the question is, what would be the value of 20% of 20% of x? So 20% means 1 upon 5 of x in term of y. In term of y. So what is x? X is equal to, guys, x is equal to y by 2. So you need to put the value of x. So 1 upon 5 is equal to y upon, okay. So in term of term we need to find out. Then x percent, 20% of x is same as 20% of x is same as 10% of y. 10% of y means 10% means 1 upon 10 and y means 2. So you will get 5, which is exactly 10% of. Now the next question is, you yourself you need to put yourself at your home. This is just your practice. Now you need to hit that question. Such kinds of question is basically asked. So that is important question to all of you guys. Important one. Such kinds of question are asked in your examinations. So this is basically pure language based question. Again. Able to do, you need to check if 60% of A's income is equal to 7% of B's income. So suppose A's income is A and B's income is B's, we can consider any value, and 60% of A's income. So 60% means what? 20% means 1 by 5, 3 by 5. So A's 3 by 5 of A just equal to B 3 by 4. You will get what? A upon B just equal to 5 upon 4. That means if A's income is 5, then B's income is 4. Then its income is equal to X percent of A's, then value of A. Then its income, if 60% of A's income is equal to 75% of B's income, then its income is equal to X percent of A's income. x% of A's income, x% of A's income. X% of A's income would be how much percent of B's income, like that. So how can we get that value? Is suppose A's x% is equal to B 4. So how much percent value we need to take of x? X is 5, x 100% is equal to 4. So the value would be 80. So basically 80% of A's income just would be equal to B's income. Guys, is it okay? If there is there any confusion, you can ask. Any doubt that you want to ask? Shall I move on the next one? Are you getting or not? So now, basic question you yourself can do. Exactly. Do it. Such type of question are not asked in your examination, but yes, this is a good question to make your understanding at advanced level. An interval of 3 hours 40 minutes is wrongly estimated as 3 hours 45.5 minutes, then the error, percentage error. If any student, suppose if there is a boy who is working in any office, he need to put that value, but wrongly he put that value. So how much percent he made the mistake? A good question that can make your understanding better. Guys, do it. So basically, I have already mentioned that such kinds of questions are not asked in your examination, but it's a very good question to make your understanding at advanced level. What the question is saying, but sometimes, yes, the utilization of such kinds of question is done. The utilization of that concept is done in your examination, not in the full question, but in sub part of your question. So the question is saying an interval of 3 hours 40 minutes is wrongly estimated as 3 hours 45.5. Suppose there is a boy basically there is an accountant who is making a salary of some employee, of any employee of the company, and that employee is given the salary on the behalf of their hour. Basically, all the time is added, whether it's minutes or whether it's hour. So at the time of calculating, the accountant would need to type what? 3 hour 40 minutes. But wrongly he typed 3 hour 45.5 minutes. So basically the question is how much percent he made the error at the time of typing. So what you first your stuff, what's your first step? Your first step is that is given in hour and that is given in minutes. Convert in the same unit. So first make what? Hour into minutes. So in 3 hour minute, 3 hour, how many minutes would be? 180 minutes. So there are 180 minutes plus 40 minutes. So basically at the time of calculating or at the time of making salary, he need to make 220 minutes. He should have typed 220 minutes, but wrongly he typed 3 hours again 180 plus 4.5 minutes. If you will add it, then you will get 225.5. Now the question is how much percent he made the mistake? How much percent he made the mistake? How much percent he made the mistake? Guys, he made the mistake. That means we need to compare the original value, the wrong value. So again, forever, this is the concept forever. If you want to find out the error in the real one, so the value which is written in denominator is real value, by which we are comparing. The initial value we need to put in denominator and the final value or the difference we need to put in numerator. So why which we are comparing over here? 220, because the real one was 220. So on 220 he made a mistake of how much? Make the difference 5.5. On 220 he made a mistake of 5.5. If we find out the percentage, we need to simply just multiply by 100 and we'll get the answer. You will get how much? 2.5. So the value would be 2.5. Got it? So basically the question is, the next question is P is 6 times as larger as Q. The percentage of P is less than P. Percent that Q is less than P. So basically if I say P and Q is 1, then P must be 6, because P is as 6 times as large as Q. Now the question is the percent that Q is less than P. So now we are comparing with P. We need to put the value P in denominator and the difference in numerator. If you multiply by 100 and if you simplify, you will get the value this one. Now the question is, exactly, do it. A good question. Take your time, at least 1 minute. Now do it. All done? Done? Guys, your time is up. Let's do. So basically, a very simple thing that I want to ask, if I make 20% more than my wife, if I make 20% more than my wife, then how much percent my wife is making more than me or less than me? If I make 20% more than my wife, then how much percent my wife is making less than me? That would be 20 or something else. Yes. Same. If I am earning or making 20% more than my wife, then how much percent my wife will make, how much less my wife will make than me? 20. The answer would be same. Same. If I am making 20% more than you, then that means you are making 20% less than me. This is the interview's question basically. So, is it okay? The answer is correct. Yes, the answer is correct. If I am making 20% more than you, that means what? You are making how much percent less than me? 20. Answer would be same. So it's not your fault. Most of the time students say yes, answer would be same, but there is a biggest difference between both. Let's do. If I am making 20% more than you, that means if I convert 20% into fraction, then the value would be 1 upon 5, and the value would be 1 upon 5. If that means if you are making 5, then I am making 1 more, 6. If I am making 20% more, then means what? If you are making 5, the 20% of 5 is 1. That means I am making 1 more. So if I am making 6, then you are making 5. Is that okay? Now question is, how much percent you are making less than me? Now why, which we are comparing, or by whom we are comparing? You are comparing by whom? Me and you. If I am making 20% more than you, now the question is how much percent less than you are making than me? How much percent less than? Then me. With whom you are comparing? That means you need to put my value in denominator 6 and difference 5. So the difference would be 16 whole 2 by 3%. This is the difference. The value would not be same. The reason behind it, in first case, we are comparing with your value. And in second case, we are comparing with my value. Are you getting or not? So if you are making, or if I am making 20% more than you, so you can't make 20% less than me. The answer would be different. But it look like same when first time anybody listen. But the student who are learning percentage, they can exactly make the difference between both the statements. Both the statements are not same. If anyone is making 20% more than you, that is not necessarily that equal you are going to be make less than 20% than him. So this is the difference. So if I am making 20% more, that means you are making 16 whole 2 by 3% less than me. So now the question is, Kiran's salary is 20% more than that of Rita's. That of Rita. That means 20% fraction would be 1 upon 5. Whom we are comparing? By whom? Rita's. Kiran's salary is 20% more than that of Rita. By whom we are comparing? Rita. So Rita's, the value which is written in denominator is called comparative value. That means Rita is making 5. If Rita is making 5, then I am making 1 more. So Kiran is making 6. And now question is, if Kiran saves rupees 720, which is 4% of his salary. His means her salary. If Kiran saves 720, which is 4% of her salary, means 4% is representing 720. Then 100% will represent 1. Got it? And 100% will represent 18,000. That is salary of Kiran. That means Kiran making how much? 18,000. Kiran making 18,000. But actually Kiran how much making? 6. So 6 unit representing 18,000. So 1 unit will represent 3,000. Rita is making 5. So Rita will make 15,000. Are you getting or not? If you have any problem, you can ask. Any doubt in that question you want to ask. A very simple question that you need to remember always, that y which we are comparing, that would be in denominator. That's it. A very simple question. From the starting of today's class, we are just working on the same theme. The theme is y which we are comparing, that would be in denominator. A very simple thing. So we are comparing over here with salary of Rita. So whatever is written in denominator, that is going to be represent Rita. And the value, the difference or addition or subtraction of 1 will represent the salary of Kiran. From the very starting. So we will discuss one theme on a one day. Now let's do another question. Shall I ahead? Go ahead. A very simple method, that is unit method, you need to learn. A simple concept you need to learn. So why again and again we are just applying which method? Unit method. In every question we are applying unit. Guys, do it. Take your time. At least 1 minute or 1.5 invest on that one. Direct answer. Very nice. Eight lakh. Yes. What's the answer? Not found the answer. Guys, let's do. Again, we need to apply what? Which method? A unit. The person is saying a man receives 8,80,000 as his annual salary of the year 2007, which is 10% more than his annual salary of 2026. So what is the value of 10%? The fraction of 10% would be 1 upon 10. That means why which we are comparing? Why which we are comparing over here? We are comparing 2006 or 2007? Yes. We are comparing 2007? 6. That means we are comparing is 2006 to the value which is representing, which is written in denominator must represent the value of the salary of 2006. If we are comparing salary with 2006, so whatever the value is written in denominator is going to represent the salary of 2006. A very simple method on the very starting of the class we are discussing that why which we compare the value we need to put in denominator. So that means 11 unit is representing the salary of 2006 and 10% increase. So means 10% of 10 unit is 1. So in 2007 1 increase. So that means that man was earning how much? 10 unit was earning in 2006. Now 1 increase. Now he is making 11 unit. He is making, but actually how much he is making? That means 11 unit is representing 8,80,000. So 1 unit is going to be represent 80,000. And the actual salary that he is going to be asked, the salary of 2006. The salary of 2006 is 10 unit. So if you multiply by that one, so you will get 8. Not get it. A very simple funda on the very starting of the class. We are discussing the same thing. On a very single day, we will discuss the same thing. So of today's class theme is why which we are comparing. We need to put that value in denominator. But the value which is written in denominator is going to be represent the value by which we are comparing. Vice versa is also. So the value, whatever the value is written in denominator is representing the value of comparison. So whatever the value is written in denominator is going, which value? Comparative value. So whatever is written in denominator, that means this is the comparative value or original one. Aren't you getting? 11. Again, let me. The question is saying the man was making any salary in 2006. Now in 2007, his salary increased 10%. 10%. We don't know about the actual salary. 10% increase, if you know the fraction value of 10% is 1 by 10. So whatever the value is written in denominator, always show the comparative value by which we are comparing. So 10 unit he was making in 2006 or 2007. Why? Because we are comparing here from 2006. That means in 2006 he was making 10 unit. Now 10% of 10 unit is 1. So his salary increased 10%. That means 1 unit increase. So now in present time he is making 11 unit. He is making 11 unit. And the question is saying in present time he is making 8,80,000. That means 11 unit is representing the current salary. So the current salary is 8,80,000. Got it or not? So 1 unit value will represent 80,000. So 10 unit, that was 2006, 8 lakh. Aren't you getting me? Getting on? Aren't you getting? That is your today's class. I think second class. So don't get worried. If in second class you are doing 7 questions, 5 questions, it's a big achievement. Do one more. I think I lost the voice in that question. I'm sorry. Let me explain in a very fast manner. Guys, sorry. I lost the voice. Basically, the question is saying a man received 8,80,000 as his annual salary in 2027, which 10% more than his salary in 2026. So 10% will represent 1 upon 10. That means he was making 10 unit in 2006. But in present, 10% increase. That means 10% of 10 would be 1. So the increased value is 11. So in present, he is making 11 unit. And the 11 unit is representing 8,80,000. So that means 1 unit is going to be represent 80,000. If 1 unit represents 80,000, then 10 unit will represent 8 lakh. So in present, he is making 8 lakh. Not in present. In 2020, so 2006, he was making 8 lakh. The last question. Last question of the day you need to hit. Guys, you want studied video or not? The question that I discuss study want video or not? कल वाली वीडियो जो हमने क्वेश्चन कराए वो चाहिए जो यहाँ पे कराए चाहिए कल ही तो कराइए पहली क्लास चाहिए ना वो क्वेश्चन यही तो कह रहा हूँ कल 12 क्वेश्चन जो कराए उनकी वीडियो चाहिए Guys, see, if 24 karat gold is considered 24 karat gold is considered 100% pure gold, then the percent of pure gold in 22 karat is means 100% gold is found in 24 karat. In 24 karat gold, the gold purity is 100%. Then in 1 karat would be 24. Then in 22 karat, just multiply by 22. So you will get what? How much percent? If you solve it out, you will get 91 whole 2 upon 3. This one. Guys, now you have the PDF. Okay, guys, all the best. We will discuss tomorrow. Be happy, keep smiling. अब जो आपके पास PDF है, क्या बोलते हैं?